What's up, everybody? How you guys and gals doing? Welcome to the show. It's Labor Day. Yes, I deserve a good Labor Day holiday off because I'm always working China now, man. It's a hard state of affairs, let me tell you, working a dead oak log. But anyway, how's everybody doing out there? What's up, China now? Labor Day. Maybe it's time for you to make me a sandwich.
I'm making you more than a sandwich.
Well, you got to honor Hollywood that has to work all year long,
yeah,
working with you.
Because you're the only one that works all year round.
It is. I got to work with you. You know how hard it is to work with you? I need some kind of prize.
You will. I'm going to be at work for a few hours today, so you'll have some vacation time.
Do you always notice that I love when you go to work?
Well, if you love when I go to work so much, why you text me the whole time?
Do I text you or you start with me?
Oh, I text you because I'll get
a text. Let's end it. Let's end it.
No, because you can't admit that you're in the wrong. Because,
no, you just proved it.
No. Because I'll randomly get a text going, oh, what? You can't text me today?
That's because I was bored at the time.
So then I text you telling you that, been busy. And then you get all mad, bro.
Yeah, because Hollywood's more important
than my job.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about this. Is going to be an interesting one about Elon Musk. I guess he has a transvestite daughter that don't like him anymore. And I'm sitting here like, damn, man, some of these kids are just stupid. They are. The guy's a billionaire. What are you doing? You know what I'd do if I was him?
What?
I put her on Skid Row, see how she likes that then. How her communist ideals work out. I wouldn't give her no money. Would you? What, are you stupid this morning? What, you don't know how to talk?
No, I'm not stupid this morning. You just make dumb comments sometimes.
How is that a dumb comment? You got a freaking idiot out there that's supposed to be your kid talking smack about you to everybody that would listen. And here he is, a billionaire, and you're a poor ass freaking hippie.
How is she a poor ass hippie?
Cause she'd be poor if it was up to me, man.
Why? You wouldn't help your own child along, even though they're buttheads?
No, I would not help my own kid if they were talking shit about me. Hell with that. No. Then they need to learn what life's all about. A lot of them kids that have all kinds of money, they don't know what life's all about. They were given it all their life. Screw that. Make them go out there, work for it, is what I say.
Well, his own daughter severed the ties. He didn't sever the ties with her.
That's because she's a communist hippie.
Yeah, well, blame the schools. It's all about the schools. Elon Musk believes that his communist transgender daughter severed ties with her billionaire father because she was brainwashed into thinking that anyone rich is evil.
I bet she don't think he's rich when he hands her, $100,000 car.
How do you know she has $100,000 car?
Guaranteed. She probably went and got a Tesla.
Well,
I wonder if Elon Musk, requires everybody to get a Tesla. See, it must be great to be a CEO of an automaker because, on your 16th birthday, you're just getting a car. You know it.
Well, how do you know it? Some people don't get cars on their 16th birthday.
Did you?
No.
Did you?
Not on my 16th birthday, no.
But you got a car paid for you.
On my 18th.
When I had to go out and work for my first car. See, you have silver spoon. And
now it's the silver spoon syndrome, huh?
Yeah, you are from the Berg and shit like that.
Oh, Jesus. You're a big baby.
I ain't a big baby.
Yeah, you are.
No, I ain't, man.
Yeah,
I just don't like where kids take advantage of somebody where they have it made. I hate that.
So the CEO of X,
you don't have to read that.
Formerly
right
known as Twitter, washed his hands of any responsibility with the recent rift between himself and his 19-year-old Vivian Jenna Wilson.
So do you think he's in the right, cutting everything off, washing his hands of her?
Well, she cut him off first.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, is he in the right?
I mean, it's your kid. I mean, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. I mean, she's 19. She's an adult.
You know what, Matthew? I wish I did have, I did do that. She would ask me for lipstick. I'd hand her super glue. It's basically what she is today on the show, monotone freaking idiot. But
Do you
it
even
is
know
it
what
is.
monotone means?
I think I do.
Monotone means they sound like you because you talk in the same exact tone the whole entire time you talk.
No, you're boring. Anyway,
Wow.
we got to get into this before we go into Elon Musk again. We had a little argument yesterday. Of course, the liberal side of China Doll always showing through. But this story really got to me. What got to me even worse was China Doll not knowing her history.
Nope.
Not knowing her history, especially about the Japanese internment camps. And if you know what that was, after Pearl Harbor, the United States government put all the Japanese into camps. Now, keep that in mind when she talks about this new story, because my position's very upfront, very hardcore on this one. Kind of like when I asked that attorney last night that we're going to talk about in the members only, if he believed in what happened to Eddie Gallagher, and he was like stuttering all around and shit like that. But go ahead with this one. Now, I want you to, this is a really deep subject here. Go ahead.
A 98-year-old man has been charged in Germany with being an accessory to murder as a guard at the Nazi Suchhausen, whatever.
Nazi camp.
Concentration camp between 1943 and 1945.
Now, that war was over 70 years ago.
Yes.
He was
18.
Probably 18 years old.
I did the math. He was 18.
And I told you to step back and stop looking at it from the American perspective. Our problem in the United States is we want to push our views to everybody in the damn world. Now, getting back to this, he was a kid. He was 18 years old under one of the most vicious regimes the world has ever seen. One of the worst. Now, he was also with an SS detachment. Them suckers were brainwashed, the SS. Now they want to charge him for being a guard.
Yeah.
Not having any direct influence on what the hell was going on. He was a soldier, was ordered to stand a post. And you said you believed he should be charged.
Yeah.
For doing his duty and being scared shitless, because they would have shot him. Straight up, they would have shot him.
Yeah, why don't you tell him when you asked our son what he would have done?
You know what? It's easy for people to say I would have took a bullet. That's bullshit in real life. I'm sorry. I'm being straight up honest. That's bullshit. Nobody wants to stand there and take a bullet.
Well, let's give the...
But 18 years old, you're damn right he's going to be scared shitless if he would have told them no. And especially if you look at it in a 1940 type of perspective. A lot of people look at things in a modern sense. That's not the way the culture was back then in 1940. They were batshit crazy back then. And it was a real type of deal that this kid was facing. But go ahead.
The German citizen, he is being accused of having supported the cruel and malicious killing of thousands of prisoners as a member of the SS Guard detail. They are not releasing the gentleman's name. He is charged with more than 3,300 counts of being an accessory to murder between July 1943 and February of 1945.
So you're still thinking, because I threw up an example, because I told you, stop looking at it from an American perspective. Look at it as a European living in that time period. Now, the United States, they put up these internment camps. And I looked at you and said, okay, would an MP be responsible for anybody in that camp if the United States did it? And you said no. So why
No, I
is
didn't.
it? Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I never even gave you a full answer
What's
because
your full
because
answer?
you had me all confused because I'm not a history buff.
Okay. What would you be your answer? Should they be responsible if it was an American MP standing guard if anything went down in that camp?
Yes.
You think they should be responsible?
Yeah.
An 18-year-old
Yeah.
following orders of officers.
Yes.
Where's your I want
Because
to
they
know where's your
supported it.
reason?
They
How did they
supported it.
support it if they were the ones standing their post doing their duty, taking orders from officers?
Refuse.
So you refuse and take a bullet.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, that's bullshit. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to stand there and say, shoot my ass because of a job they don't want to do in the military.
So you're saying everybody that is a guard in the military, and if they refuse to do their specific duty, you don't think a military person will take a bullet instead of doing something
Hell
they
no,
didn't
I
agree
don't.
with?
Not when you're facing the SS or you're facing a guy like Hitler, that crazy fucker.
I'd rather
Or
take a
Himmler.
bullet than do
They're-
what he did. Mm-mm.
Not me. No way. I'd have been sitting there doing 10 paces forward, 10 paces back. I'd have done it in a heartbeat.
Nope.
I ain't going to sit there and take a bullet.
Nope.
See, there's something called human preservation that comes into
Means
play.
that means you would have not taken a bullet. So I would have taken a
Hell
bullet.
no, I wouldn't have.
And I would have died because I didn't agree with what he was doing.
But you still be dead.
Don't matter.
Oh, it would matter because you're dead. Now let's go for a more extreme example here.
Okay.
An extreme one.
Bring it, fella.
Say there is a crisis here in the United States,
Yeah.
a catastrophe
Yeah.
where you have to protect your family and survive. Would you do that?
Yeah.
At any cost?
Yeah.
So if I go out to the neighbors and say, give me your food or I'm going to shoot your ass, I wouldn't be in the wrong.
Nope.
So how is that any different from an 18-year-old kid doing what he had to do to survive? How's that any different? I go out and I go out there on a freaking rampage.
It's a totally different scenario.
How is that a different scenario? I'm going out there stealing from somebody and shooting them right between the forehead.
Yeah, but it was you're helping your family survive.
And wasn't he helping his survive by?
We don't know because we don't know the logistics behind his.
Oh, you can't use that.
thing.
You can't use that excuse.
Yes, I can.
If he's there,
Yes, I can.
under
You're gonna say
military
he was
service
under there
for one.
He was there under duress.
Well, he was.
He joined.
You had no choice in the 1940s if you were a German.
Well,
No choice whatsoever.
you can do like other people did when the United States, instead of joining, they went to Canada.
See, that's where
Germany.
that's where the ignorance comes out.
What?
The question was, should he be held responsible because he served? And he probably had no damn choice whatsoever to serve. Because in Germany, all the males were taken up. You didn't have, see, you look at it as an American.
Well, I am American, so of course I'm going to look at it that way.
So how could you judge somebody
How
that
can
is
you
from a
say?
different
How
culture?
can you say what he did was acceptable and he shouldn't be punished?
Because he was a guard.
So
That was acceptable.
I don't agree.
Let's see what we have in the chat room right here.
You know, and if it does go to trial, they're saying that he will be tried under juvenile law.
It still don't matter to me. And like
Taking into account of his
Rattlesnake
age.
just said, and you're damn right, and she needs to learn this.
I don't know. I don't.
In the 1940s, kids were taken from their homes and forced to serve. They were taken from their homes. and told, you got to do this. Steve, these kids were just as fanatical as adults in the SS. It was the most hardcore followers Hitler had. And then we can take that example and say, well, they were kids, they were put in school, and they were programmed that way, just like we bitch about how our kids go to schools and they're indoctrinated with all that BS. So the kids, yeah, they're going to turn hardcore because that's what was put into them. A kid is like a sponge. Whatever you tell that kid, it sticks.
Well, according to the German prosecutors, they have brought several cases under a precedent set in recent years, not back in the 40s, recent years, that allow for people to help who helps a Nazi camp function to be prosecuted as
You're
an
talking about a law.
accessory.
You're talking about a law that was passed now.
Yeah.
And that war was 75 something years ago. Now, Catholic says, was he following orders, just being a guard, or actively participating?
They don't say.
If somebody was a guard and somebody told you to shoot somebody, better them than me is what I would say. I'm cold-hearted in that. I believe in self-preservation, just like I would do during an emergency here to take care of my family and to live, do what was needed to be done. Ask for forgiveness later is what I say. Because when you're in a situation under a Nazi regime like that was, it was horrible for them people. Horrible what was done to them. It's kind of akin to what's going on in North Korea right now. Them people can't even shit without praising the freaking all supreme freaking rocket man. And it sucks that we look at it as Americans because, well, we're supposed to have this moral superiority. That's not how this world works. It don't work that way. You got to make choices that you're going to live. Now, what if, are you saying the same thing? Well, he should be charged, but who cares if he would have to take a bullet? Do you know the Nazis would have killed this whole fucking family? Did they deserve that? Would you have a different outlook then?
No.
You wouldn't.
No.
So they are threatening to line your kids up, your two kids.
Well, you can't sit here and assume crap because
that ain't
you
assumption. That has
you don't
actually
even
been
know,
done.
You don't even know if this man had a family.
This is
his family
what
could have already been gone, and that's
no.
why
We're talking about the guards here.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guard too. The 90,
not just him, but every
man
other
that
guard
is now
that
98
that
years
guarded
old.
Every other guy that guarded that thing.
I mean, he's 98 years old, so I mean, he's.
And according to what you said, he still shouldn't have done it, even though they threatened his family.
We don't know that he threatened.
You're damn right. That happened all over World War II.
You don't know that.
That happened.
You don't know that. Were you there? Were you there?
No,
were
but
you
I
there?
know enough
were you
about
there?
it. I'm not ignorant like you. I actually get into the subject. Because I can tell you now, somebody lined up my kids. I'm shooting the fucker. I don't care. You want me to pull the button on 100 people? Here, give me it. That's what I do. You want me to gas somebody? Here, give me that sucker. If you're threatening my kid, you're damn right I'm doing it.
He was 18. He didn't have kids.
His father, his mother, his cousins, his sisters.
You don't even know if he had any.
See, that ain't an argument at all.
You don't
that
know.
Ain't. Rattlesnake, they wouldn't have threatened to line them up. They would have been lined up in the street and done it on the spot. The Nazis were bastards.
Unless this man believed in everything he was doing.
Well, if he was indoctrinated as a kid coming up through the Hitler Youth Program.
Half those kids probably were all about, hey, yeah, Heil Hitler.
Well, they were, because that's the way they were trained.
It's not so much they were trained. People just believed in that man all from the get.
Well, let's take it back there.
Like they bowed down to him and crap. They believed in him like they were following him like he was a god.
Okay, you can sit this one up because you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. You just brought up they believed in him like a god.
Yeah, some people did.
Do you know why they believed in him like a god?
No.
Because of the Versailles Treaty after World War I, the Germans were decimated. You know, the economy was terrible. People were dying of hunger. And they needed somebody to bring Germany back. And they bought all into the propaganda because propaganda is very powerful. And they seen him as Germany's savior after living through all that the Versailles Treaty did to them. That's why they had to have somebody to believe in. They had no other choice. That's just like American media right now. You got half the country that believes in bullshit because they're pre-programmed. So that really, the Versailles Treaty, World War I, all it was a break until somebody rose up and tried to take their shit back. But they had the wrong person. He was an evil monster in my eyes. Let's see here. Jason. I believe Hitler was also involved in the occult and mind control. You're damn right they were. They practiced that, especially Himmler. Germans were conned in the beginning. It wasn't realization until later what an abomination Hitler was. This was true. That son of a bitch killed how many people during World War II? I think they put it at 60 million. 60 million people because of that son of a bitch. But at the same time, you have to step back and look at something like this and say, you're damn right at 18 years old. I ain't taking a bullet for nobody. I'm going to be 50 and I still ain't going to do that shit. But told you, very in-depth conversation here. Very in-depth, man. A lot of questions that were actually brought up because I was talking to that lawyer about it yesterday, where he seems to think that Americans should have the moral high ground in war. And I say war is war. You got to kill. And you got to be as brutal as your enemy is because they sure the hell ain't going to treat you right. What do we got going on in the news today? We got to get China back in here.
Are you sexually deprived? Do you have trouble getting laid? Do you admit to being a loser? Listen to Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Mayhem Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with Hollywood and China now and get advice that might make you into a winner. Rock on.
Okay, we go into the news right now. The news is up with the China. What do we got?
Jimmy Buffett, the beloved singer-songwriter, passed away at his home in Sag Harbor, Long Island, Friday, September 1st, surrounded by his family. Buffett was 76 and had been fighting Merkel cell skin cancer for 4 years.
He was also a big Cubs fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love that he was a Cubbies fan. Big one.
So, unfortunately, we had that happen this weekend.
That was a big loss, man. Usually,
it was.
these idiots in the music industry you really don't like.
I mean, come on, with all the songs that he's done, and during his illness, he continued to perform even when he was being treated for the cancer. He played his last show, which was a surprise appearance in Rhode Island in early July.
Damn, he was still playing even with that disease?
Yes, he was through the whole thing. So he spanned more than 50 years recording in his recording career. You know, he's all known for Margaritaville, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere.
That's his first. Those are his most popular ones too.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine working 50 years and that's what you remember for?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Hopefully I'm remembered being the biggest dick around. That's what it needs to be.
I'll make sure you're remembered for that.
That needs to, you know what? I want that on my headstone. the biggest dick around with
I'll
a
just
with
have
a mic.
I'll just have your son make the microphone look like a penis.
He probably would, the little bastard.
He would, because
He would.
he does that to mess with everybody.
But no, now you know what I want on my headstone. I want a microphone, headphones, and I want the words "the biggest dick around."
Okay.
That's what I
Here
want.
lies the asshole.
No. The biggest dick around is what I want.
Here lies the biggest dick around.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So if you wish, please come pee on his grave, because China Doll already did.
She probably would have.
Probably.
Probably would have.
I probably would have. It could happen. Also going on this weekend, former Smash Mouth frontman Steve Harwell is at home with hospice care.
What the hell is Smash Mouth?
It's a band.
Never heard of them.
He did this song from Shrek.
Okay, do you
All
see Hollywood?
star. I'm
do
a
you see
believer.
Hollywood sitting here
Oh my
watching
God.
Shrek?
You're stupid because everybody's seen Shrek. What's wrong?
No,
with you?
I've seen a little
I'm a
bits because of the kids.
believer. Come on.
Never heard of it.
Yes, you have.
No, I
Shut
haven't.
up. Yes, you
You got to
have.
play. You got to look it up for me, and I got to listen to it.
Oh my God, you're stupid. So,
you do
anyways,
kind of look like Shrek. You know. No, even more, you look like that jackass that Eddie Murphy played.
whatever. Donkey.
Yeah, you're Donkey.
So he retired from the San Jose band in 2021 due to medical issues. He is now at home in hospice care. He is being cared for by hospice and his fiance, and they say that it will only be a short time before he passes. He is receiving treatment, or has been receiving treatment, for the final stages of liver failure.
You know what? It was funny the other day.
What?
I had you on the bike.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I'm listening to my 80s freaking rock and stuff. And I look at her. I was like, did you ever imagine when you were a kid listening to this music when it was out? Because it was like 40 years ago, that you'd be listening to it on a bike now.
No.
We actually had some good riding in there, man.
Yes.
Where did we go to?
Brooklyn, Wisconsin.
She was trying to have a Brooklyn accent. It was kind of funny.
I was like, how you doing? We went to Brooklyn, Wisconsin.
I still have a problem though. I had the biggest problem in the world that
No,
I think
we were
for a
supposed to like
motorcycle rider.
ride to get lost. Where'd we end up? Oh, on the road back home. Because you didn't get lost.
I couldn't get lost in the middle of a cornfield. I got this built-in GPS in my head. I do, don't I?
Yeah.
People think I'm lying. I don't.
No, because we always end up on a main road.
Always main up where I can get us right back. Boom, done. What the hell I even need a GPS for?
I don't know. To get to where you want to go, but then, you know, you get there and whatever. Or we never even got to where we were originally going.
Right.
But whatever, it's fine.
Dirty Knobs, I guess, seen him at the Schaumburg Fest. Dirty Knobs is from Schaumburg.
Oh no,
I feel for him.
I've seen a lot of people at the Schaumburg Labor Day weekend because they have their biggest fest of the year right now.
And here I am doing a radio show.
They should be doing the parade for Labor Day in Schaumburg somewhere between now and 10 a.m.
China Doll Jason gets lost going out of the driveway. Okay, that's no bullshit.
Who, me?
Yeah. 'cause
No, I
Jason-
don't.
I bet China
I
Doll
am the
gets
type-
lost 10 times faster than Hollywood.
I am the person that if I go somewhere one time, I will always remember where that place is.
Really? Can we test that out?
If I go to drop somebody off at their house, I'm
gonna get you on the back of the bike.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to a location and see if you find your way back.
Okay.
You heard it right here first.
Whatevs.
You're snappy today. Why?
You're snappy. You started it.
Oh, so I started it because I was talking about incidences in World War II.
No.
Then how did I start it?
No. It was before we even came on the air, cranky pants. Giant tomato.
I guess so.
So a former Martin County deputy crashed his squad car earlier this year, and the blood test revealed his blood alcohol level was way above the legal limit.
So he was drunk?
On duty.
Go figure.
However, no charges were ever filed against the deputy. It was believed that ex-Sergeant James Foster Jr. experienced a medical episode, which led him to crashing his car.
Medical episode and had freaking alcohol in his fucking system. What that's stupid.
So what happened was they brought him to the hospital because he smashed his truck into a tree. Okay.
So was it he was on duty?
He was on duty. Yes, he was on duty. And he, got behind the wheel. He drove his vehicle, supposedly lost control of his vehicle.
Ain't that always the
smashed,
excuse with these drunks?
Like his whole front end of his SUV squad is totally smashed all the way up to the windshield. He hit the tree that hard. So they claim he lost control of the car. And when he was taken to the hospital, the doctors determined it was a medical episode. So when they decided that they were going to investigate and have, internal affairs investigate it, they did find out that he was way above the legal limit for alcohol.
You know what I'm surprised?
Problem is, here's why they could not file charges. It was a medical blood draw, not an ordered blood draw for alcohol.
So he's not getting disciplined.
Nope. He is actually, he resigned and is still getting paid.
You know what? I would love to do that. Resign and still get paid.
Yep.
Ain't that the ultimate hustle right there?
Yeah, he was at the sheriff's office for more than 20 years, chose to resign, and since there were no criminal charges as a result,
he'd have become a cop again.
He is still eligible for his retirement benefits.
Wow.
All because
I wonder how the taxpayers feel about that.
All because of the fact that it was considered a medical blood draw and not just an alcohol blood draw.
Guaranteed, though, if that happened to a regular civilian,
you're going to jail.
You're going to jail in a heartbeat.
Yup. For real.
Going to jail in a heartbeat.
Sad state.
What's with you taking my sad state of affairs now?
I don't know. I'm the one that has the hoodie that says sad state of affairs on it. Not you.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I own it.
Yes, we got members only coming up after this one. We're going to be giving our thoughts on the interview that I and Mike did last night. I thought it was an awesome, interesting interview. Awesome one.
You want another news story?
Yeah. Why should you even ask? You should be going on your queue.
I'm not going on my queue because sometimes there is no queue and sometimes I don't know what the hell we're doing. So I just sit here and just chill and just wait my turn. And sometimes I don't get a turn, but it's fine. So let's talk about...
This is how my Labor Day is going to go all day today.
No, I got to work today, so you're fine.
Thank God. Yes, I got to go out in the garage, work on the motorcycle, get it ready and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a fun day for me.
So out in Portland.
Now, is this Portland, Maine or Portland, Oregon?
Portland, Oregon. In some classrooms around Portland metro area, middle and high school students leave their cell phones at the doors of their classrooms, slipping into numbered pouches on a hanging organizer, retrievable when the bell rings.
I think kids shouldn't have that shit, man. I get pissed off because they get to have their phones around here. I couldn't even have a fucking beeper on me without getting suspended.
Shoot, we get yelled at sometimes when we busted out those.
Look at Steve. Yeah, China doll, get with it.
Ouch. In other classrooms, cell phones must be stowed in their backpack or kept face down on a table, off and away.
Face down.
Asshole.
Face down, asshole.
That's the way we like it. Oh, no.
Yo, this is for anybody who needs to tell somebody to fuck off. Well, hi, go fuck yourself. Suck a bag of dicks. Eat a big old pile of shit. Wash it down with camel piss, you stupid bitch.
Yep, and there went that show.
There that went.
So what they're trying to do is crack down on devices, and they are not allowing them in the classrooms in schools. So this way the teachers do not have to sit there and say, hey, get off your phone. So they actually have a organizer hanging at the doorway of all the classrooms.
Do you think
in
that's
their
right?
school. Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm even more
If-
pissed off about?
I never even bought our kids cell phones when they were kids.
I'm not even worried
there's
about
people
that.
around here that are buying their kids cell phones and they're like 6. It's like, what the
My
hell?
problem is, and I'm jealous, they didn't have Chat GPT when I was a kid. I would have got better grades because I'd have cheated my ass off even more than I did.
I was gonna say you cheated to pass anyways. What the hell? How's it any different? Have somebody else do your job for you.
Yeah, but Chat GPT, man, they would have wrote term papers, everything.
Oh Lord.
I'd have been given A's and shit like that. They'd be like, "What
Yeah,
are you
and then
doing? I'm
somebody
cheating
else-
like a motherfucker."
And then
is what I'm
somebody
doing."
else goes to get a term paper from Chat GP, and y'all end up with the same paper.
No, it don't happen like that.
Yeah, you don't know. It could.
It could, yeah, but it don't happen most of the time. You know, because me and BD were trying that stuff out, putting in the same terms. It gives you a totally different thing each time. But I agree. I don't think they should have phones in there.
I think it's a good idea that they shouldn't. They should definitely not allow phones in the classrooms. I really do. I think that more schools should crack down on it and not allow their phones.
Oh, you got to check that out, Steve. The Chat GPT, there's a free one, and it talks to you just like a human. It's so weird.
I have one of those chats on my Snapchat with
Oh, you do?
my own personal AI that I can actually sit there and have a conversation with if I have no one else to talk to.
You do that?
Yeah.
Only you. I
And
know.
it answers, and I like its answers. Tells me how good of a person I am all the time.
You like that smiley and stuff. Oh, here I looked it up right here. How do women masturbate? Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes. How do they masturbate? And it gave me some good stuff. Ultimately, the key to satisfying a healthy masturbation experience is understanding and connecting with your own body and desires
Duh.
and doing what feels good for you. And I guess there is a couple like clitoral stimulation. That's what you like. Many
Yeah.
women find that stimulating the clitoris, a highly sensitive and pleasure-inducing organ located at the top of the vulva. See, I'm learning things. Here.
Vulva.
Whatever. Is most effective way to achieve orgasm.
Yeah.
Then you got G spots, you got combination. See, Chat GPT is awesome. It tells you everything.
Why would you?
It even tells you how to jack off good.
Why would you even ask that?
Because, you know, I wanted to see, how Chat GPT does. I wonder when the androids come out and stuff like that, like out of Star Trek, if they're going to be doing it for you. I don't know. Maybe it'll help women where they don't have to do BJs anymore. Wouldn't that be good? Hey, Android. Hey, Samantha UTI or whatever the hell you is. Go over there and take care.
That's urinary tract.
Yeah, go
infection.
take
What
care
is
of
wrong
it.
with you?
Go take care of this for me. That'd
Oh my
that'd
God.
be you, I think.
You're so stupid.
Wouldn't that be a good thing for a woman to have?
To what?
Have
Get
a
their
sex
man,
robot
Get their man off,
where you don't have to worry about it.
so I can go to bed and she can take care of business for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game on. Except ours wouldn't be named Samantha. That's weird.
It is. It is.
No, it's my niece's name. That's awkward.
Anyway,
What?
going back to our initial discussion about Elon Musk, you imagine being called Elon. It must be a South African thing because that's where he's from. I just couldn't imagine going through life like being called Elon.
It's a stupid name.
It is kind of stupid, but the dude's a billionaire. He is the richest person
to be
in the
honest
world.
with you, I don't care if he had $5. It's a dumb name. He should change it.
You're a dummy.
No,
You're a
I'm not.
dummy.
He should change his name.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So I guess he's instead of blaming you know, basically when I was saying earlier, he washed his hands of any responsibility for the recent rift between himself and his 19-year-old daughter, instead blaming the Crossroads School for Arts and Sciences in Santa Monica for infecting her with the woke mind virus.
Very well said, man. Very well said, Elon. All our kids are getting affected by this woke agenda. They're turning stupid. Kids are stupid now because they're getting infected by these teachers. It was funny. I had one of my grade school teachers on my Facebook. And even she agrees. What the hell are these people teaching these kids now? Old school teachers don't like that shit. You know, we all think all teachers are the same, but no, they're not. The older school teachers, they don't believe in what's going on right now. It is a poison, if you ask me.
Well, I guess his daughter was granted a petition to change her gender as well as her name, which she hoped would demolish any connection between herself and her biological father.
Well, then you don't need no monies either. That's what I say. You don't need no monies.
Well, I guess she, according to Musk, his quote was, she went beyond socialism to being a full communist and thinking that anyone rich is evil.
Do you believe that?
according to
Do you
him.
think everybody who's rich is evil?
No.
I agree.
A lot of them might be ignorant, but I wouldn't say evil.
What do you mean they might be ignorant?
Because a lot of people that have all kinds of money think they're better than everybody else, and they're not. That's an ignorant thought.
True.
Money doesn't make
So do you
money
think-
doesn't make you who you are.
So do you
As a
think he would
person.
have every right to cut her out of his will?
Not when she basically walked away from the family. So if he chose to take her out of his will, then I don't see why. I would. I mean, she changed her name. She changed her appearance. She changed her. She was born as a male, and now she's a female. So
Oh, so it was a son.
yeah,
See, you got to tell Hollywood this kind of stuff.
yeah, she's transgender.
You know what? I still don't get it. Why is she a C? She. It was a dude.
Because she's been
Maybe I'll
on
never get over that.
She's been on the hormones, so she's basically she's a half-Z. She's got the female boobs, but the male genitalia.
My goodness.
And she
gracious.
changed on her birth certificate that she is now a female. And she was able to change her name and everything. So like her driver's license says that she's a she.
Poor
Even
Elon.
though biologically still has a wiener.
And you know what, Steve, you were right about that. Bill Gates said he wanted to give his kids 10 million apiece, and they cried and said it wasn't enough. That should tell you how he raised his kids at that point. They're going to be able to start off with $10 million, but that ain't good enough for them. And I think the mother who split from him said, nah, screw this Bill and whatever Gates Foundation, because he started something where rich people would just give all their money to charity when they're died and not their kids. That's how evil thinking some of these people are. You know, it's great to give stuff to charity and stuff, but at the same time, come on. You're the one who got your kids used to this damn lifestyle. I don't know, man. You know what? Bill Gates is stupid. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Hey, I got a question for you.
What?
Are you going to wear a mask again?
Nope.
Did you see
am
that?
not.
Did you see that troll Fauci on one of the interviews
Yeah.
saying he hopes that people are going to listen and put on a mask?
Yep. And I can tell you right now, nobody's going to probably do it.
I don't think so, man. I think they learned from the first time around.
Didn't matter whether you, here, I've actually got the article.
Do you think it's funny now that they're bringing up all this bullshit because there's another election? Do you people finally see what Democrats are about?
I think this is only happening because of the election.
You're damn right it is.
Social media erupted after Dr. Anthony Fauci was confronted by a CNN host with a study showing face masks made little to no difference in the course of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Made no difference.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to want to do that again. And it's funny. You could always see the sheeple because they're wearing a mask.
And when they're in the car alone.
Of course, people ain't going to listen to it. Hopefully, they
No.
learned that, hey, these people were lying to us the whole damn time.
I guess the guy from CNN that was interviewing him actually got Fauci so mad that Fauci stressed during the interview at the moment that we are not talking about forcing anybody to do anything. Fauci admits that the masks don't work in public at large, but absurdly claims the masks work on an individual basis. That
He's trying to talk everybody out of it. You know what?
he just like freaking screwed himself right there.
Now, let me ask you this. You know what? If there's millions upon millions of deaths in a new pandemic, it's because of him. Say like the Ebola virus or something hit over here, and that's almost 90-something% fatal. But because of what they did during COVID, people are going to say, go fuck yourself. I ain't doing it. And everybody's dying because of them.
Well, he's being quoted as saying masks work at the individual level, but not on the pandemic level.
Well, Buffy has a good question for you. What if your work makes you wear it at the gas station?
We weren't forced to wear it.
That's because you got a conservative type of owner.
Yeah, we weren't forced. Our owner actually held out when COVID started, as long as he could without making it a requirement. But as employees, we were not forced to get the vaccine. We were told that masks, if we had, medical reasons for not wearing one, we did not have to wear one.
And that's what Maniac Media just said. They said they wasn't going to force anyone the last time, too, and they did. A lot of guys in the military, hospitals, all that
Hospitals, you had no choice, so you couldn't go to a doctor's visit. You had to wear one.
Yeah, and that's bull.
Hell, some of the hospitals in our area just recently in the past few months made it where you didn't have to wear one finally. It's literally just been probably 6 months ago, you finally were allowed to not have to wear a mask in a hospital.
So people are finally saying to themselves, okay, it wasn't about my health. It was about controlling me. That's what it all came down to, was controlling you, to take elections from you. And they're doing it all over again. How much you want to bet all these lefty lunatics are going to be the first ones to put masks on?
Most likely.
And I say you do to them what they did to others who didn't want the vaccine. You shame them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, come on. Look at all the people that ended up losing jobs all because they refused to get the vaccine when the vaccine is a choice. You shouldn't be forced to get something you don't want.
Especially, what about it? What about that? Forcing you to put something in your body, but it's okay. You can't force somebody to, not get an abortion. You can't do that. It's their body. But it's different when it comes to this.
Yeah, I was pissed off during pretty much the whole COVID scenario because you shouldn't force somebody to get a vaccine just to keep their job. I mean, yes, I got it, the vaccine, but it was my choice. Our son never got it because I respected his decision. He's an adult and he chose not to get it.
I really think, Dwayne, if they try any of that bullshit this time around, it's going to be not good.
It's going to be anarchy.
China Doll said it straight up.
It will.
People ain't going to deal with it.
Because I've already heard people coming into the gas station making comments on how they're not going to wear a freaking mask again. I'm going to remember who said that because if they walk in wearing one, I'm going to laugh. To be honest, I mean, do I still have all my masks that I had collected throughout this whole pandemic? Yes, I still have them.
They were expensive, some of them.
Well, yeah, because I wasn't using the paper ones you get from the friggin' hospital. I mean,
None of them work though.
they
And
don't.
then 95 can't even help you.
They don't, because I don't know how many times that people had to prove that they don't work. You know, go get a sander, sand a piece of wood with a freaking mask on that you wore during COVID. Take that mask off and look at your face. You still got dust particles. And just think about it. The particles from the COVID from somebody sneezing or coughing are smaller than those dust particles.
I don't know, man. I
Stupid.
used to laugh at BD. He made his own freaking CPAP type of mask and shit.
I used to laugh because we used to have customers coming in wearing freaking gas masks. Do you know how creepy that was?
Oh my goodness.
Because they were that paranoid. I'm sorry, but if you're that paranoid and you feel you need to wear gas masks to go to the gas station to get a single candy bar, just stay home. You don't need that candy bar that bad.
No shit.
The hell?
But I think they did. And when, all seriousness, I think that if there's a pandemic that's really deadly, they screwed it up, because now nobody's going to trust them.
No, why should we trust them? Look at all the crap they put everybody through the first time around. If it comes a second time around, they're going to be like, dude, whatever. They're just going to blow it off like it means nothing.
And it's, you know what? And that's sad. Maybe that's what they want.
It's like the pandemic. Okay, yeah, okay, it happened. But guess what? Now it's like you're crying wolf or something. Let's do it again.
That's all they were doing. You know
It's-
what?
it's
I can't even
it's
believe
voting
CNN
time.
went after Fauci. That's so
Dude,
messed up.
It was a CNN dude that was doing an interview with him and just totally snapped out on him. And he actually came out and said that it would help an individual, but not in a pandemic. Then why during the whole pandemic were you saying how it was a must? Everybody wore it because it's the only protection they had.
Well,
You just backtracked your shit and basically lied to everybody during the pandemic, which we all knew he was a liar anyways. And
that's one thing about
admitted that it's not going to help during a pandemic.
And that's right, Scrappy. If an Ebola hits here and millions are dying, nobody's going to believe the government. Nobody. And one thing I was really disappointed with Trump was, why the hell did you keep this guy around this whole time? Why'd you keep him around? Get rid of him.
Maybe he needed a giggle.
No, he didn't need a giggle because it cost him everything.
Maybe he just used him as a fall guy.
You know,
everybody blamed Fauci instead of Trump.
Well, they blame Trump is
yeah,
what
I know,
they did in the polls.
Maybe that's what he was expecting.
Mm.
That they would just blame him instead of.
Well, that didn't work out too good. The COVID vaccine is more like a flu shot. That's what they're doing every year now. They want you to get boosters just like the flu.
Oh yeah, I get a notification in my email that it's time for a booster vaccine for the COVID, and I'm like, nope.
Me, I do the flu thing. I don't want to get the flu. Fuck that.
Nah.
That's just like I have the pneumonia vaccine.
Nah.
I ain't getting that crap.
Nah.
But it's a personal choice. I'm not going to push it on you.
Yeah, I don't get the flu vaccine and I don't get the pneumonia one.
I'm talking as you get older. That's the kind of stuff you really do need, because the flu will kill your ass. You know what I mean? So, but it's always a personal choice. Gonna try and see if I can't help this channel get to 1,000. Go for it.
Hope you don't mind. No, share us like we're a bunch of hookers. It's fine. Pass us around like a hooker.
You know,
we
what?
like it.
He's got a point. I should really start focusing on YouTube instead of well, no, I'll never, because that's where my start was with Spotify and all that.
Yeah, you're not gonna walk away from that. What are you,
no,
stupid?
I can't. You know, but I got to put a little more effort into this YouTube channel, I think.
Dirty Knob says it was a test to see how easy it would be to kill most of the population.
Well, it could be, man. If you want to go through conspiracy theories, as they say, it's always funny that a lot of these conspiracy theories turn out to be true.
Yeah, well, we've proven that in the past when we did a couple shows on conspiracy theories and how many of them actually were true. And how many were not.
I'm telling you.
It's crazy.
We're going to go into the second half of the show in about 10 minutes. We'll see all the members there. If you're not a member, you can join over on YouTube or Spotify, baby. Get exclusive content over there. We're going to give our thoughts on what we thought about what the attorney was saying last night. We'll see everybody else later that ain't a member. Rock on.
I say goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
#1 internet biker radio show is now available on Spotify and all major platforms.